So y'all know how I do when I get to the gym. I procrastinate and find 1,000 other things to do before I go in. I just like to take some time to get my mind right before I go in and do a workout. But I wanted to share this experience with y'all. So I went back to my high school today for my sister's academic jacket ceremony. I don't know if I wonder if every school does this, but at our school, they people who have a certain GPA is usually the people who have I think when I was in school it was like at least a 3.5 GPA or something. Those people get a academic jacket in their senior year. And so I went to that today to support my sister, and I ended up sitting in the bleachers. They had a section for the honorees and then the family members that were walking the honorees to get their jacket. But I sat where the spectators, it was where the students were sitting, and some of the kids that sat behind me didn't know that I was an adult. And let me tell y'all, it is a different day and age. Like, those kids were off the chain. I mean, cursing, like no respect for anything that was going on. Like, some of the commentary was completely just off the wall. And it made me sad just because I feel as though, well, one of the things that I want to do is to get involved somehow in the school system. I was thinking about becoming like a school psychologist or something. And in my mind, of course, I was going to be able to make such a big difference in the lives of children and, really help change the narrative that exists regarding, kids these days kind of thing. But that experience today was just very discouraging. Like, even when I turned around and I said something, and I feel like I have the ability to really like, I guess I'm a different kind of adult. Like, I didn't say anything like, oh my God, y'all need to, like, I used their language. I was like, y'all gotta chill. Like, and we laughed about it, and it was like, oh shit, you an adult? And I was like, yeah. And even then, like, I remember when we were in school, when we got caught by an adult, like, we would straighten up and be like, yo, like, even if we cursed or, if we were wilding out, once we realized an adult was in the vicinity or, like, an adult was watching us, like, we would straighten up. These kids did not care. And like I said, it just made me so sad because I feel like the world is just a different place as far as just the nature of children. And I hate, like, I really don't like phrases like kids these days, or because I don't know, it's just, I just don't like it. But look, that's the only thing that I can say right now. Like, kids these days are just different, yo. And I left there thinking, like, okay, if I get into a school system doing some type of work, like, what influence am I going to be able to have? Because in that moment, even though I addressed them in a way, in their language, I didn't know what else I could do at that point to correct the behavior. Like, okay, if I was in a position there, like, some people were like, oh my God, I will write them up. But okay, you write them up, they're suspended and sent home, then what? They come back to school with the same behavior, and at that point, they probably feel as though they have a point to prove now because, you got them suspended. But I just don't know. I don't know. I just felt really discouraged. And I don't even know what point I'm trying to make in this video, other than, I felt discouraged. And I even talked to some of the staff that worked there afterwards to kind of make sure, like, my experience was not abnormal. And they were like, yeah, like, the school system is just totally different from when I was in school. And I know things evolve and change, but it just makes me so sad that this is the direction in which our youth is going. Like, the lack of respect and the lack of professionalism. And by professionalism, I just mean being able to conduct yourselves in an appropriate manner, you know, when something serious is going on. Like, they were doing the national anthem and one of the kids started rapping. Like, people just turned around and was like, I mean, come on. I don't know. Kids are just different, I guess. But yeah, that was my experience with children today. And it made me feel like a real adult. I was like, oh snap. Like, I felt embarrassed for the children. Because I know the people that were around probably was like, oh my God, what is this? So hats off to the teachers and educators and administration that have to try and manage that all day, every day. Because look, I'll be the first one to tell you, I ain't know what to do. I mean, I guess if I was in a environment with them at all times, my plan would be to develop a relationship with them and get them to a level where they trust me enough to know, like, when I pull them to the side to address their behavior, it's coming from a place of me really just wanting them to be, you know, have manners and know how to conduct themselves. But other than that, how do you address those behaviors? I don't know. I really don't know. But I mean, I didn't know. Oh my God, them kids was cursing up a storm, and it won't like no hell and damn. Like, it was grown folks curse words, like those big ones, those ones that that you would be terrified to use in school because you used to know you would get written up for it. But other than that, it was a very nice ceremony. I was very proud of all of the recipients. And that was even a conversation I had with one of the guys that was sitting behind me during the ceremony. He was like, man, I ain't gonna get no jacket when I graduate. And I turned around and I was like, yes, you can. Like, you can get a jacket. You can get a jacket. But even just to hear that and to hear kids like not even knowing their ability to achieve things like that, like, it just saddens my heart. It saddens my heart. And that's what this, like, I'm not trying to shed light on this to make it seem as though the kids were like bad, because I don't believe in calling children bad, but I was just more so disappointed in the behavior. And like, my heart goes out to our youth because they're our future. I don't know, y'all, but I'm gonna stop ranting now, and I'm gonna go ahead and hit this gym up because I'm going to the gym a bit later than I usually do, so the evening crowd is gonna start trickling in, and I just want to get in and get out. So I'll talk to y'all in the next video.